Yuji Krishnamurti once said, "There's no one talking. There's nothing to say, and what is being spoken are not based on my thoughts, or not based on thoughts. It's just arising. Everything that evolves from this vessel is simply as it is, as it comes." Can we have a discussion without thinking about what we are saying first? That's what Yuji means. When you see the sunset or the sun rising, you don't watch it for 10 minutes before it actually sets or rises and say, what I'm going to say when this actual moment of setting or rising occurs, I'm going to say this. So I've pre-planned what I'm going to say. It's spontaneous. It's instantaneous. You see, are you with the mind? Are you level with the mind? Is the mind and what appears to be verbalization, verbal words, thoughts, are they all appearing in the moment equally together as one? Is there a thinker before the thought? Is there a thought before the thinker? Does the mind or the brain tell the vocal cords what you're going to say before you say it? No. But the thoughts can come before the actual verbalization appears. What Yuji Krishnamurti is saying, there's no thoughts ahead of what's taking place. There's no planned, there's no way of actually knowing what's going to come before it comes. You see, with a mind, we each one of us is able to identify that I can think about what I'm going to say before I say it. And we all do that, especially when you're a perpetrator of a crime that you don't want to admit your guilt. You say beforehand, or even your lawyer or your solicitor says beforehand, don't answer the questions, just say no comment. So you're thinking about what's going to be said before it's said. So the great Yuji is just not ahead, not thinking, not planning, not desiring, not wanting. The thought can come in this precise moment and say, I want a cup of tea. And that's spontaneous, instantaneous. It just is. You see, that's what the comment means. Everything is as it is. There's no future. There's no history appearing here. There's just what comes. And then in that moment, we call it a time moment because we have learned that what I said 2 minutes ago was 2 minutes ago. And what will be said in the future of 2 minutes will be ahead. But the same words, They're arising from the same body, the same brain, the same mind. But we have given ourselves what we call space and time. Did we give ourselves space and time, or was space and time created for us? Or, in the actual truth, is space and time just not true? Is it just not an idea that I was born on that year, my birthday came on that year, I'll die on that year? Is not every year the same moment, the same spontaneity? The body appears to be different. It appears to be older. That's how we describe ourselves as a human, as a body, as flesh and blood, as a young one, an old one, a good-looking one, an ugly one. Is there any need to segment? It's called judgment, it's called analysis, it's called measurement, it's called valuation. And our mind says to ourselves, to itself, we love it. We love having the ability to separate, the ability to categorize, the ability to value and judge. So how can we vote the winner of the singing competition if we don't tell one is superior to the other? One is much more in harmony, one is much more adventurous. There is nothing here but the present moment, and what is taking place in the present moment right now is in 7 minutes and 30 seconds. In a time world, it's not the same. Even though I repeat exact words, my body shows the same actions, I look the same, it's not the same as 7 minutes now 49 seconds ago. So therefore, how can we be one? How can humanity be one? That's what U.G. Krishnamurti is saying. He has come up with his own reason, his own proof. It's because this system controls us as one, but in a divisive way. The system pretends it promotes oneness because the ego wants to promote that what it worships. The ego in this vessel is not true, but it has a job to do. It has a job to promote what it serves, the pure mental mind. Not the judgmental mind, not really mental is the greatest word, the pure natural mind. So it wants to reflect what it serves. It wants to reflect we can be one. But that means to be one, it has a job to do. There's effort to make. There's things to unite. How can the whole of this planet and the human civilization be one when we're different colours, when we're different shapes, different sizes? We have different cultures, different environments, different beliefs, different hopes, different religions. But it wants us to be one. Ego kids itself on, jokes with itself, takes itself serious. The ego is the system that UG speaks about, not a group of Illuminati aliens, reptilians, governments planning the system. The system planned itself. We all have an ego. We're born, whether in a physical body or in a soul or a spirit, with an ego, an idea that I can find out something about myself. But the ego has gone mental. It's forgotten about what it serves. My ego, this ego, knows what it serves. It doesn't serve the world, the governments, the people, the families. It doesn't serve them. Because to serve something other than what it is, as a whole, meaning them are not the same as me, says the ego. There's a job to do, to unite. There's a job. There's no job. When the ego gives up and surrenders, everything becomes one. They say non-duality. But the ego lives in fear. Not natural fear, invented, created fear. That's what Yuji says. The system creates fear. The system creates a way, a power to say you must follow me. Don't follow yourself. Follow what I say you can follow. And your ego mind says, I want you today to follow Buddhism. And the body is exempt. The body is saying, what the hell are you talking about? The soul, the spirit, whatever you are, the being is saying, what the hell are you talking about? You're following another creation, another interpretation of something that can provide wholeness, but it cannot provide wholeness because you're already whole. But you don't get it, you see. Your mind is not paid to get it. Your mind is not employed to understand truth. You already understand truth. You just employed a mind that says, I can give you truth, which creates doubt with you. What do you mean? I already knew truth. No, you don't know truth. I'll tell you truth. So the system comes in and says, let's provide truth. And the system believes it can portray the truth. And the system has forgotten that it's not about me portraying the truth. It is about being the truth. And the truth is as it is. You see, when you understand Yuji Krishnamurti, Jiddu Krishnamurti, Osho, all this gurus and non-gurus and speakers, they're all the same. They're the same as me and you. In our initial primary existence, we're all the same being. We're all the same here-ness. We're all the same presence. We're all the same moment. But how can you convey to another, like Yuji tries to convey to most, I've nothing to tell you. What is there to tell you? We're all whole. Prove it. Justify it. Give us reasons. What have you got that we haven't got? I've got less than what you've got, says Yuji. I've got a mind that does not interfere with division, with segmentation, with religion, cultures. Everything is born to segment. You can say, no, I'm a Christian. We welcome the Hindus. We welcome every religion with love. They're the same as us. And you can say, well, okay, that's great. Are you the same as God? Are you the same as Jesus? Are you the same as Buddha? Because your mindset changes to the form. No, Jesus had a man in a beard with sandals. He was then. 1 minute he's a form with a beard and sandals. Next minute he's spirit. You see? Same as you. Your ego is form. Your ego is sandals and beard and everything that describes the human race and the world with words and verbalization and language. But you're the spirit employing the mind, because you cannot speak as a spirit, to say it for you. And when the mind says it for you, it says it like it's conveying a message to something other than you. I don't see myself here talking into a device that is separate from you. We're all here in the space of here, in the space of this moment. I'm not separate from the device is not separate from you, you're not separate from your device that listens, watches, and we're not separate from the land and the air and the oxygen and the universe that surround us. We are all entwined into one whole existence. The mind wants to either like U.G. Krishnamurti or dislike U.G. Krishnamurti. The mind wants to either like religion or dislike religion. Buddha says none of them exist. U.G. unfortunately made a mark saying nothing exists, there's no one talking, but the system exists. Which kind of throws a little spanner on the works of controversy. Nothing exists, how come the system exists, U.G.? You're a fake. But like U.G., like every single one of us, talks as the form, the system exists, and then talks as that space, and says there's no one talking, just a space. There's nothing happening. The thoughts are ego. The thoughts are form. The thoughts are a mechanism. But it's born from that what gives life to the mechanism, and that what gives life to thought. Existence. Not a God, not a universe, because they're all parts of existence, consciousness. And you want to say, well, which part am I? Am I a big part, or is God the biggest part? We're all the same consciousness. There's no parts, there's no broken bits. There's only one whole consciousness where I is born from, this symbolic I, this systematic I. And we accept the life of I, we accept ego, we accept everything. We accept, but can you accept the things that you have rejected in the past? Can you accept if you've been a sexist or a racismist or a communist? Can you accept the opposite? Can you accept capitalism? Can you accept the color that you've been against? Can you accept the male or the female as equal? If you can't, then it's okay. But you're driven by your systematic I. And there's no resolution. There's no one here saying it's bad for you. There's no one saying it's good for you. There's just someone saying to look and observe and look and observe, and don't accept, don't expect, just look and observe. In this moment, the thoughts that are not planned, they don't interfere with that what is taking place. Be patient, be vigilant, be observing. Don't be active, don't be me, don't be a mental constructed thing that looks around and says, okay, what am I looking for? What am I waiting for? What's going to happen? Just be quiet, be silent. And you'll see what Yuji is talking about, and every other guru and non-guru, or every other, appearingly as if they're awakened and enlightened, but they're not. They've just lost that what they thought was important, that what was holding them back from a pure, clean life. The dependency on my ego, my name, my separation, my uniqueness that is now holding me back from being one. Whole.